Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a 2002 Panerai Luminor Marina PAM00140. It is not the only yellow gold Panerai, but it is one of precious few, and it shares its carbon fiber precious metal aesthetic with the equally uncommon PAM180. So this is a 44mm Panerai Panerai Luminor Marina that is 44 millimeters in diameter. It measures 15.4 millimeters thick, 53.5 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and it has a standard 44mm Panerai case, 24 millimeter lug spacing. Throwing it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, we'll zoom out a little bit, get a better sense of the fit. The look with the Panerai is always large, oversized, in fact, too big. And so the watch looks like it's too big for my wrist, but it sits quite securely. This is the look with Panerai, and I believe down to a wrist size of 15 centimeters circumference, you'll actually wear this just fine. It'll look the way a Panerai is supposed to look. The strap is a lovely vulcanized rubber Panerai piece, and you can see that it has deep striations, a inset Officine Panerai logo. It has minder loops, and another extreme rarity with Panerai, a full precious metal double deployant clasp. You can see that it is security against dropping this heavy and expensive watch while you don it or remove it at bedside. Take a look. The buckle is held to the strap with screws, and the strap is held to the case with screws and bars. This is old school Panerai lug assembly. You use a screwdriver to remove the screw and the bars. So if you're already a Paneristo, you have the strap changing tools already. For everyone else, just know that the screw and bar setup makes it harder to accidentally slip the strap. It's more secure than a spring bar, and you will find a universe of OEM and aftermarket Panerai strap options in this 24mm size. The case is all of high polish with a few exceptions, including the locking lever that unlocks the crown. That is in satin finish, and the case back is in satin finish. Taking a quick look, you can see that it's got a conical bezel, giving way to a dial that has yellow gold applique indices and numerals, a way upscale look compared to the sandwich dial or the printed dial. We have plenty of luminescence. This Luminor living up to its name. You can see that the watch is fully loomed, including the crosshair of the small second and the small second's hand. The watch includes a white on black date disc, a carbon fiber dial base, which gives it an exotic look. This is a very Miami watch, extravagant, over the top, warm in tone, and aggressive in ways that don't necessarily make a total sense to me. After all, carbon fiber is super light and gold is super dense. Maybe it's the dichotomy. Maybe it's the inherent contradiction. Maybe this watch is really for the connoisseur of irony. But the connoisseur of history will not be disappointed, as we have that all-aspect crown guard known as the device protecting the crown, patented in the 1940s and launched in the 1950s on Panerai combat watches of that era. The idea was to create a better protection mechanism for the crown than a conventional shouldered crown guard, so if it gets hit head-on, it's still protected. And also, back when all the movements were manual wind, they wanted a fashion of winding the watch that would cause less damage to the crown seals. So this is a cam-based system that locks and unlocks, and when you put it in place, you have 300-meter water resistance. When you pull it out of place, now I can wind, I can set the watch. I don't actually have to thread it through the seals in order to operate. So you can see right here, I have a hacking seconds function, and then we'll just make sure we're not in the date change danger zone. Oh, we were. That's why I always advance through midnight when we're close. We also have a quick set system for the date. And you can access the quick set as well as the hacking seconds without screwing the crown in or out. It just compresses and decompresses the crown seal. Plus, it's iconic. You already know what watch you're looking at, and I've covered up everything but the crown structure. It's also tougher to drown your watch, as it's kind of hard to dive without noticing this. And when your hands are wet, sweaty, or gloved, you can more easily operate a lever than a tightly threaded crown. Turning it all over, there's not a whole lot to see. You can see that this is an E-series watch, so 2002. 300 meters water resistant. This was back when Panerai cases were made by independent guilds, and you can see the guild stamp 363 it looks like on the case. The watch has a Valjoux 7750 P1, which is the 7750 chronograph with the chronograph parts removed. It's a unidirectional automatic winder with a 42-hour power reserve, hacking seconds, a quick set date, COSC Swiss chronometer certification, and it beats away at 8 beats per second, pivoting on 21 joules. A high-grade movement that's very tough and very accurate, suited to an extravagant sports watch designed to live a life of luxury, yes, but also action. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.